What is up, my people? There is a couple things we need to go over before you and I have some video time together. One, my new haircut. Yes, I have cut all the locks off. The Dread Pirate Jameson is no longer with us. I'm going summertime look. I'm going goddamn good looking. Number two, I have become a big fan of black tea. I like it. I drink like maybe 3 of these a day now. It's better than coffee. And I like it with milk, so I must have some British blood in my background or something. Woo! It's hot. Number three, I still have my nails painted. I'll be explaining why in a future episode. Just deal with it. And last but not least, number four, and the reason I'm having this conversation with you right now is I want to explain why I'm putting the batteries back in the bilge. Now, if you remember in my Almost Sank the Boat episode, I had said that I was probably going to relocate these batteries out of the bilge. Well, after talking with Oyster and after talking with a number of Oyster owners, the reason that they put the batteries so low and such central location to the boat is the sailing characteristics of the boat. If I put them on one side, either underneath this settee or underneath where I'm sitting now, it's going to mess with the characteristics of the boat. It's going to make it off balance. I'm going to have to balance out with something else. And this is really the place where they should be. If I'm going to put them back there, I'm going to need to take certain precautions, which are the high bilge alarm that you saw me install, an automatic bilge switches, and a crash pump, which I have all 3 of those things. So, without further ado, here is the battery installation videos. That should answer your questions on why I'm putting them back here. Okay, much love, enjoy the video, peace. Okay, I'm at the shipping company. We got the batteries. There's 8 batteries plus the multi-plus. I didn't even think they were able to get that, but they got it and they got it to me. Yeah, thank you, Dakota Lithium. This is awesome. What a day. I've been waiting for these forever. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 50 amp 24 volt batteries plus the multi-plus charger. I'm putting it in this little tiny car, so wish me luck. It's battery day. I have dry fitted the batteries into the battery box, and they actually all fit fairly well, fairly securely, fairly snugly. We've got 400 amp hours of lithium batteries at 24 volts, and then another 100 amp hours at 24 volts with 2 starting batteries. So that's this, that's these, and they all fit in without any alterations to the battery box, which is really nice. So I did my math correctly when I ordered the batteries. So before you can connect lithium batteries all together in what's called parallel, where you just put all the positives and all the negatives together all at once and make them one big battery bank, you actually have to hook them all together and leave them for 24 hours and kind of let them all, you know, play with each other nicely and basically just even out. Everything's going to be within the same 0.1 voltage after about 24 hours, and then you can hook them up to the house. That's what we're going to do today. We're going to take all the batteries out, we're going to prep all the area, make sure everything is good underneath the batteries and beside the batteries, and make sure everything's going to be perfect, because when we put these in, we want to just leave it connected to the house and be done. And then we'll do all of the superfluous wiring with the buck boost for the charger for the alternator, the combiner for the charger, and all the cabling. Let's get started. First thing we need to do is we need to figure out what to do about this, because this is just free floating now, and this is the mounting plate for all of the bus bars and fuses. This is just a piece of wood that I had to break to get the old battery box out, and they didn't really do a good job of putting these together. So what we need to do is re-secure this to the bottom of this. And that's what we're going to do first. So let's get all the batteries out. This is the old temperature sensor. So this is not used with the new multi-plus. So I'm actually going to just cut this off, and that'll be fine. So this is what we need right here. I think what I'm going to do is just make this here. Yeah. There we go. thinking that I can just put some screws in this bastard, put some glue on it, and it'll be okay. This is called a shunt. You connect it in line with the negative of the battery, and it measures how much amperage is being used. So that is the shunt. And this is going to be the new one. Same kind of deal, but it's a little more high tech.
I've said it many times, I know I would change my ways, I know for sure. When all the crows decide to meet, they settle down beneath my feet. I've got it right and I got it wrong, but I learned my lesson hanging on. Come sit here with me by the fire and let it go for a little while. So be here as the night starts falling. Let my fingers walk over your head. We got nothing to be scared of. I'd rather be with you than by myself. Now all is in your hands. When I was young, I thought control would lead me to an ending road, and heavy metal seemed to be the only thing that was for me. And I saw the angels coming down, and they sang a song, they sang it loud. And I still remember parts of it, and the yellow glorious we live. Won't you be my guide and let me follow? Can I hold your hand for old time's sake? And all this time you waited for me. Little did we know, I guess it's fate. Now all is in our hands.
So I've already got the batteries laid out the way I want, but I've actually, now that I think of it, I've got to turn them around because I'd like the negative to be aft and the positive to be forward. So I'm going to hook these up just like the instructions say from Dakota Lithium as one giant battery bank, and then just daisy chain all of the positives together and daisy chain all of the negatives together, and then take the positive off one side and then take the negative off the other side of the batteries. That way it'll be optimum for the current to distribute itself evenly with the bank of batteries. It'll act like one big giant battery and not just take the current off of the one battery on the end. Okay, so let's flip them around first, and then we'll decide exactly how long to make each cable. On lithium batteries, they all need to be the same length. So it's going to look a little different than a normal lead acid or AGM battery install, where you would make two different sizes and lengths just to make it look really pretty. In this instance, we can't do that. So let's get to work. Okay, now we're going to take the cables that were provided by Dakota Lithium, and we're going to hook them all up in one string to all the hots, and just make sure they're the right length. If they're not the right length, or if they need to be shorter or longer, I'm going to make newer cables a little bit thicker. So these are 6 gauge, I'm going to use 4 gauge. Okay, so obviously all of these wires will be red, but it looks like a fairly clean install, and while there is a little bit of room for slop, and I could probably make all of the cables 1 inch shorter, I don't think I will. I think I'll stick to this length. I really like the way this is laid out, and I think it's going to look pretty with both the black and the red, but this one will need to flip over on the other side. It'll have to go inside. That way this one can also go inside, and then it'll all lay on top of the batteries really nice. I'll make all new cables now.
I've been through heartaches, I've been to heaven. I've done my best and my worst, learned my lessons. No matter how hard my life would treat me,
Okay, sorry guys. Yeah, I get how annoying that is. But it's the moment we've all been waiting for. We are going to hook up the house bank for the first time. Are you ready?
I'm excited.
Okay, do it.
It's done, Captain.
Yes! And look, guys, nothing's on fire! Oh my god! We're not dying right now.
Yay!
Did you like it?
Yeah, I like it, I guess.
We got battery power. Do you know what this means?
We have power on the boat.
It means we can finally take a shower.
Oh, a shower? That's nice. That's nice.
After 4 weeks.
Oh. Yeah. No, stop. Cut that out.